Hello. Hello. Gonna get started in just a second. Currently still updating the client. We're busy. I tell you, this is just a crazy week. For some reason, we decided to do our pre-purchase for Mordor basically at the same time that we released Update 36. And since I work on both games, I am just crazy busy. Yes, I know the DDO Chronicle is not out yet. My goal is to get it out today, and the reason I'm running late is I want to get the Update 36 item page out, and then link to it in the Chronicle. Yes, I provide my own content. But anyway, yes, I will be releasing the item guide hopefully this afternoon. All that's left is to put together the page. All the images are taken, captured, edited in Photoshop, etc. Uploaded to the website. Now I've just got to associate dozens of URLs on a page, and we should be good to go there. So hopefully that'll be happening real soon. Sorry we had a hotfix. Sorry we released on Thursday instead of Wednesday. No, that meant a lot of downtime for the morning peeps this week. We had to do our database maintenance on Wednesday, and we were hoping to release U36 then, but unfortunately something came up, so we had to do a rebuild. So U36 came out on Thursday, and then we had a hotfix. Why did we have a hotfix? There were basically two reasons why. One of them was we have an issue with some race combinations where they're only the first two of the two-handed attack chain was working. They were doing the swipe and the push down, and then they would just kind of hang there. So we clearly had to fix that. There was also an issue with a broken gate in one of the new quests, Third Time's a Charm. There's a combat where you fight a bunch of drow and the gate comes ahead of you and the gate comes behind you. When you're done with the dungeon, the gate ahead of you lifted. The gate behind you was failing to lift, which meant that anyone coming into the quest late or trying to return to the quest or who de-doored or something like that would get stuck, unable to participate in the rest of the quest. So clearly that's something we needed to address too. So yes, two big reasons why we had our hot fix. We do appreciate everyone's bug reports and all that sort of thing on it. I'm going to be on Caneth here in just a little bit. I'm actually still updating my game client. So I'm just going to talk with you guys for a couple minutes here. Looks like I'm at about 88%, so it shouldn't be too long before I am in-game on Caneth running the new stuff on Heroic. What else could I mention? We have got a plus 10 Treasure Hunters boost that runs through the weekend. Now that is... I remember once, No Worries, saying, so long as you never put that boost above plus 5, I have no concerns. It's at 10. What does that mean? That means when you roll on the treasure table, it gets boosted by 10. So you'll be seeing a lot of the kind of pillar of lights, you know, saying, oh my god, you got the super special chest. We'll be seeing a lot of that this weekend. It also does increase, you know, your chance to get better loot, jump up on the table, things like that. Typically does not impact named loot drop, which is usually just a raw percentage based on normal hard elite, but you're much more likely to get things like tomes, you know, things like that. Anything really on the special table, you could get a much better chance to do. And that does stack with the Treasure Hunter's elixirs. Now I know I don't want to be a shill for the DDO store, but I'm just saying, if you already have a plus 10, and you want to add another 15 to that, so you get a total of plus 25, I suspect you will have an amazing loot weekend. No promises, of course. But that's what I'd do. So, hey, Snow White Fox. No brother. That's a funny name. I like it. Hey, AJ. Yeah, like I say, I'm just updating the client right now, and we'll be in game in just a little bit. All the game worlds are open right now except for one. That one being Argonesson. We had some kind of technical issue where we had to reboot Argo so that QA could get in to do what they needed to do. So Argo's running behind. But all the other game worlds are open, and Argo should be open quite soon. Let me actually open up my email client, just so I can get that information to you as soon as possible. Argo is up on it now? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it literally was happening as I was walking into the studio. Does the loot bonus affect chances for Mythic and Reaper bonuses to spawn on items? I believe Mythic and Reaper is also a flat percentage. But what it would mean was that, you know, normally there's a range of bonuses on an item at a given level, right? That could be plus 10 to plus 13 or something like that. It's far more likely it'll be the plus 13 than the plus 10. So if a mythic bonus does appear, it's more likely to appear not just on the loot, but on the best version of that loot, if possible. Argo open to players. Please confirm confirmed on a free-to-play account, says QA as of 11:58. So yes, all worlds are now open. Let me actually do a little bit of busy work and let the world know on social media about this. Sorry about that. That does happen every now and then. When I start at noon, every now and then, things happen at noon. I gotta post a message. Okay. Argo Nesson is now open. Thank you for your patience. When I first started working here in 2010, I had a heck of a time remembering how to spell Argonessen. So I came up with a little thing in my head. It's Argo 2N 2Essen. Argo 2N 2Essen. And that's how I remember to spell Argonessen correctly. Feel free to use it if you want to. I don't know why you would. But yes. Argo 2N 2Essen. Alright, one more quick thing. Let me get it in the launcher, and then we're gonna be good to go. Looks like my client has officially updated, so I'm cool to log in. Welcome to Friday afternoon here on twitch.tv/DDO stream, youtube.com/DungeonsandDragons/live, and facebook.com/DDO Unlimited. Yeah, it's a Friday, start of the weekend. Hope you got big plans. Probably, I'm going to guess, a lot of people who are watching this, part of your plan's going to be running the new quests for Update 36, which got released yesterday. We're getting some really nice feedback, frankly, on the Adventure Pack, and that's very cool. So thank you for that. Alright. Oops. It is no longer the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream. Let me change that. There we go. All right. Welcome, welcome. We're going to be running the new quests here. Next big thing that we're doing after Update 36, we are full bore development on Ravenloft. There is going to be most likely a point update. Cool, thank you. Someone was sending me a couple items in game to help out my super low character there. I am aware that I failed to get you guys your DDO points if you joined me on Wednesday. I'm going to be doing that this afternoon as well. First I got to get the Update 36 page out, then I got to get the DDO Chronicle out, then I will take care of that. Let's see what I got. Let's see, is a Strength plus 6 glove better than 4 PRR? Sure. And is Charisma 6... Oh, I do have my Con 5. Oh, definitely the Peridot ring needs to go. Cool. I suppose I should clear out a little inventory. Yeah, thank you, Beast AD. Like I said, we've had some, you know, you're always gonna have some people like a thing we do and some people not like a thing we do. But I have to say the um, player review on the Update 36 new adventure pack has been really positive. Ooh. I will definitely put on that belt now that I can. Where'd that go? There we go. Goatskin boots when the time is right. Oh, yeah. Templar's Bastion, I should put that on too. Golden Guile, maybe. Sorry, I'm making you guys look at my inventory. It's a painful thing, looking at my character's inventory. Yes, I'm a bit sad about Wondrous. It's no longer that Wondrous. We had to deal with the minimum level issue where people were having super crazy stuff. Yeah, Rocky. Provided, I assume it's in the store, right? For the new guest pass. If it is, I'll take care of it for you. Yep, it is. Cool. Con 10, Speed 10 is still very nice at level 14. Heck yeah, it is. Could you imagine? I mean, I think back to like 2006 here. And if you had told me we were going to have min-level 14 Con 10, Speed 10 items, I would have been like, what? Are you freaking kidding me? Alright, I'm over by Armin Argentine to get you that guest pass. Okay, Rocky, there you go. There you go. Alright, you should be good. Alright, there we go. Cool. Just checking my chat here, making sure I got everything. Was the change to Deep Demise intended from what it was on Lamania and the Wiki? What is the change to Deep Demise? I'm not aware of that. I know that we did do some last-minute tweaks on the items, so I'm going to say probably, but I would need to double-check to make sure about that. Yeah, Con 10 Pro 10 was a lot better at level 1. Exactly, and that's why we had to get rid of it, because there's OP and then there's, oh my god. We can't allow that. Having Constitution plus 10 at level 1 is among that. So, I went from a Nullification Dagger to an Illusion Dagger. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say probably it was intended, but I'll double check on that. Alright, unless someone has a complaint about it, I'm just gonna go in on hard rather than first time elite here. UTAC, Arganessen, we aren't at all ready to talk about the pricing of Ravenloft or anything like that. I know we got some people kind of, thinking about it because of Mordor launching this week, but they are different games. I really just can't even begin to talk about that stuff yet. Sorry. I don't know. Frankly, that discussion hasn't even taken place. Let me see what's up with my... Are you guys not hearing any audio? I'm definitely not hearing any audio. Let me see. Oh, there we go. I think it might be a me thing. Is the content DLC or do VIPs get it for free? Yes, VIPs do not have to pay for the new adventure pack. They will have to purchase Ravenloft. It is an expansion. Sorry. If you have the combustion armor that gives you fire spell power and you are using another item with combustion, do those numbers stack? Yeah, spell power does stack based just raw. It was specifically changed several years ago now, but deliberately changed to be that, so.
You see signs that a small camp has been set up here previously.
Yeah, so just for those who don't know, a mortar is $40. In case you missed that. And you care, or don't care. But that's how much we're charging for mortar is $40. Which is, for Lotro, in line with all their other X-Packs. Like Helm's Deep and Riders of Rohan were 40. I think Mines of Moria was 50, and then a couple of them were like 30. They were smaller. If we are VIP and want to buy something that is account-based or when we're not VIP, how do we go about that? You can't. It was a design decision made a long time ago to prevent people from buying things they already had. We had to make a decision between what would be the customer service impact of people buying things they already had versus the desire of people to say, you know, load up on adventure packs when they're on sale, then drop their their account down to premium. And we opted for arguably either the right or wrong choice there, depending on your interest. But really, it came down to we had to be careful on customer service not to overwhelm them with requests of, "How's come I bought the thing and I can't even use it?" So that's. I mean, I know what you're saying. I hear you. But that's why it is the way it is. So. Yeah, I mean, there are different packages for Mordor that go up in price. We have a collector's similar to the legendary, and then for the first time, we're offering kind of like a Uber package, which is probably what you're thinking of. But we don't actually expect everybody to purchase that level. That's kind of the equivalent of that, like, kind of super duper Halo package that comes with a figure and stuff. You know what I mean. The kind of modern day game thing. Where, when you post the item list, will we be able to find it? It'll be on DDO.com, and I will link to it on all social media and the forums as well. So there should be no difficulty finding it. I actually was hoping to have it out in time for update 36's release, like to have it a simultaneous ready. I usually try to do that, but unfortunately with the Mordor stuff that happened this week, I just ran out of available hours, and I clearly had to pick and choose what I was going to do, and then unfortunately the DDO Chronicle and the update 36 item list kind of just had to get shuffled off until I could get to it, which is today. Although I have been working on that item list Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday I went on an internal client and got all the kind of, you know, item boxes and looks of them and all that sort of thing. And then yesterday I found time to upload, basically, and grab the URLs for every single one of those items, which is a lot! My god, we have a lot of named items in Update 36. Plus, you know, you have separate URLs for the image, the level 14 version, the level 28 version. And so, Ended up being a ton of images that I'm going to have to sort through on this one. Something like 60 some, something like that. So if you're VIP, you can, you know, drop your sub, and when the time comes, you can start purchasing that stuff. Hello. We are in third time's the charm. Yeah, I mean, the wiki basically already has you covered. But it's, you know, like I said, some of that was based on Lamania imagery, and the loot did get an update since then. So I don't know how accurate that page is. It should be mostly accurate. And then I'm gonna have, like, kind of marketing approved imagery and things too. If you care about that sort of thing, if you just want to know what it looks like, that's one of the things I try to make a point of doing. It looks like we do have probably an issue that has cropped up that's going to require us to do one more patch at least on U36, and that is, I was just reading this morning about an issue where some Warlock auras are not playing nice, and what's happening is it's like if the aura hits a friendly, including a hireling, it's not doing damage to anything, and that's clearly a big issue. So we'll be working on a fix for that if we don't already have one checked in, and that'll probably be early mid next week that we're going to do another patch to fix that. Nice. Yeah, I have not had an opportunity to run this stuff. You know, I've been putting in late hours every day this week, and I've got my 5-year-old with me for a couple weeks yet, so there was no ability to run it at night either. Ooh, that's new. I'm pretty sure. I don't recall seeing that tapestry before. But so yeah, so I've run these quests before on our internal game clients a couple of times actually. I did the Wizards of the Coast kind of licensor approval walkthrough. I did the U36 preview, and then I ran it at least twice during development, just kind of to check on things. But it'll be my first time. This is my first time running it on the live game worlds, so it's pretty cool. Ravenwolf, if you're getting a patch error, worst case scenario is you may need to uninstall and reinstall. But usually it's something changed in your Windows user access control is like, you need to do the thing. So my suggestion is to reboot your computer and make sure like the DDO client is cleared from your taskbar. And try it again. See if the Windows UAC permission control pops up. That's usually why you get like a access denied thing there. Could be other reasons too, like a corrupted install or something, but usually that's what it is. I'm hoping Ravenloft is later in the year because I'm planning for the Ultimate Mordor expansion over on Lotro. Yeah, I mean, it will be. We have no timetable announced for Ravenloft at this point other than later this year. It's not going to be before September, I can tell you that much. And I have no idea where it's going to fall after that. We have a lot of work ahead of us before we can even start talking about the win on Ravenloft. But that work is underway. You know, they've I know Torque is already working on quests and I believe at least one of the raids. So we got a lot of stuff being done. And now it's, like I say, full bore. We're there.
The passage continues deeper into the dry fortification. A breeze hits the cooler caverns.
And I believe even, you know, once Mordor is out the door, so to speak, and they probably do a patch or two, I think we're even going to get some help to help build out content and make sure that it's as big as it can be from that side. This battle looks like a disco. Yeah, that's a DDO thing, right? You know? I remember there was one time when one of the devs had said, you know, the disco ball's got to go. And had put in, like, kind of a more... kind of folkish sounding thing with, like, kind of an acoustic sound, and it was like, no. The rejection of that, both internally and externally on Lamania, was so swift and severe that it was just like, the disco ball has got to stay. I know it's kind of silly, but man, you know, we have fun in DDO, and that's been there from the start. We can't change the disco ball. Want to check the rune arm? I know we did Steel Star had done a change on rune arm targeting. So if you are seeing something wrong on your gnome, please let us know. Yeah, correct. The BT McLean. That's why we did the hotfix today. The gate drops behind you, and the ambush would never reopen. That's correct, and that's exactly why we did the hotfix that we did today. So that should no longer be an issue. Civic Spoon, can we talk more about the spell resistance thing, get Sev or someone involved? I will make an effort to try to get that done. I can tell you, though, that it was done really, I think, because of the insane high numbers that they were able to achieve with the way it had gone out in Lamania. I think there was a balance concern there. But I think it's worth taking a look at.
The wall opens. More waves of heat emanate from further down the passage.
What is my favorite Warlock pact? I usually go with the fire one. That's just me, though. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Got to be kidding me. I think I know which dev to blame for this. Ah! My gosh! Gotta be kidding me. Oh my god. I'm totally gonna die in the lava. Yeah. Alright.
Motionless on the floor.
Yes, it is a good addition, but, my god. The pain of it all. Ah! Nice. Ah! Ah! No! Yeah, 97 spell resistance at level 30 is exceptionally high. But I've heard that, you know, because we did reduce the spell resistance elsewhere, that some people are actually having a little bit less spell resistance on their drow than they did previously, and that, I doubt, is exactly where we want it to be, so we'll see. Yeah, I mean, it was known that spell resistance items were getting scaled back a little bit just because it was a little out of control. I think they were probably set to be way too high as a possibility when we did that loot update. Unfortunately. But I think the intention was to support an investment into drow, and I don't know that we achieved that. I'm not gonna say which dev I'm blaming for those disappearing lava platforms. I will leave that to myself. But let's just say, someone that I DM, or who was a DM in one of my pen and paper groups, seems suspiciously like someone who would do something like that. I think I know who it is. Yeah, I think Linnabill does get a real nice kudos for a lot of the extra kind of polish and text fixes and things like that. Could we have a look at Mechanical Reloader in the Rogue Mechanic tree? It doesn't seem to be granting any ranged alacrity, regardless of crossbow type. It grants ranged power, but no ranged alacrity with either repeaters or non-repeaters. The only thing I would check is to make sure that you don't have another source of ranged alacrity that might be non-stacking. But, yeah, we can look into that. Let me actually copy-paste that into a text file so I can remember the details. Okay. I mean, the spell resistance change in terms of items being lowered, that goes back to the first Lamania, right? I mean, we were pretty upfront about that. I don't really know the process because I was busy doing, frankly, Mordor stuff with why it changed to a base 6. Someone has a question about how well a speed potion will counteract the barbarian rage that slows them down. Assuming you don't have, say, striding or speed item on, it should improve things by the listed percent. But if you already have, say, a speed item on, it won't stack with that. I don't know, Wanatuck. That's really kind of not up to me. I think that'll be really kind of something that she can decide on her own about what her plans are after college. King Cosmo has a question about mob density. The number of mobs, say, from slave lords compared to the new quest seems like the devs were told to cut back on the number of mobs. No, I mean, it wasn't a direct thing like that. I do think that, you know, we did push the envelope about as far as it could go with slave lords. And so, to some extent, it made sense for us to... Yeah, this is the thing. That what got done fixed. It does seem like, you know, we have to be careful on mob density. And so there are times where you make the mobs stronger but fewer of them. There are times where you kind of want that mix of kind of low-powered trash. So it really depends on the content. But Slave Lords, I hear you, Slave Lords really does push it about as far as we can go.
Do not kill the dwarf. Don't kill the dwarf.
Too late. Hey, thanks, Kurun News. Nice to see ya. Most game devs would make a lot more in other industries with the same skill set. There's some truth to that. You're not wrong. It is, however, we often work in gaming because we are gamers. Sometimes having an awesome job you love going to every day means more than a fat paycheck. How has the community reaction been to the U36 Warlock changes? You should play a Warlock in your next stream. As a matter of fact, I think I will. Because it'll be, well, it's going to be my Gimpy Warlock, but it's going to be the... If I'm going to Galanda next week, that's my Pew Pew Warlock. So. Overall, you know, it was certainly not controversial. That's... I mean, I think anytime that we're going to nerf something, you can't expect everyone to like it. I will say, though, that for as much as there was kind of like bellowing and all that sort of thing, you know, people upset with it, a lot of people also recognized that, frankly, they were way overpowered and needed to be scaled back. And I think from what we've seen, it's real early, and we're talking not even 24 hours here, or about 24 hours here. People are saying, yeah, I'm just totally fine in my Warlock. So, you know, we'll see. They should be basically the same in epics. But yeah, if you feel otherwise, let me know. Let us know. If you're struggling in heroic content on your Warlock now. Frankly, I think that seems unlikely. But if it is, let us know. How about a game you love going to every day and you get a fat paycheck? That would be ideal. I'm not complaining. We do just fine here, but in terms of that question, for a specific coding, say, developer skill set, I think you're right, that if they would say wanted to take a job in the insurance software industry or something like that, they would get paid a whole heck of a lot more. Did anyone else notice the typos in the release notes about fixing typos? Oops. I assure you that wasn't on purpose. What level am I on Galanda? I can't remember. It's heroic, though. It'll be heroic level, this stuff. Thanks for replying. I tried removing my crafted ranged alacrity gloves, but no change. I actually crafted them after I ran this, and their 11% is my only other source. Okay, well that's... Like I say, I'll look into that after the stream here today. I'll pass along that note about the mechanical reloader on ranged alacrity.
How to find Egil Håkon and whatever remains of his mining party.
One thing to note, though, now that I'm thinking about it, so alacrity on a crossbow does not affect both parts of the animation, right? At least it used to be the case. I haven't done a mechanical reloader in a heck of a long time. But I thought it was the case that it affected the sort of loading, but not the firing. So could that be maybe what you're seeing here?
You'll need to find a way to open it. The miners appear to have used this room for sifting through raw ore. A golem stands in one corner, inactive and neglected.
I don't need a copy editor. My spelling errors might be intentional. I'm just glad it took until we got live to notice it. It's all part of my master plan. Ha 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 ha. Yep.
A lone female dwarf gazes into the depths of a clear pool. When you approach, she looks up, startled.
Alright, time to open the gate with the key. Oh, the name of my character on Galanda? I believe the name of the character on Galanda is Kobold Killa. Koboldkilla. Kobold Killa. And like I say, it's a totally gimped, semi-deliberately gimped Artificer Warlock. Although I wonder actually what these rune arm changes, if that's going to be a little more viable. But the idea was to go pew pew pew, so I can go pew 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 with my rune arm. Any possibility of another look at the Slave Lord's material requirements? You lowered the heroic costs, making heroic Slave Lord's gear reachable. Raised the drop rates on legendary, but the costs are still too high. Essentially.
Stands motionless at the end of this path, abandoned long ago.
But, perhaps, I mean, we're going to be a little busy doing some other things in the near future, but it's not a terrible idea.
A feeling of calm determination enfolds you as you head up this passage.
Cleric pass happened this morning? No. Specifically no, absolutely not. The Cleric pass was never intended to be in Update 36. From the very start, we've tried to be clear that this is coming in a most likely point update between Update 36 and Ravenloft. I think the exact nomenclature kind of depends on, how much ends up getting shoved in there. But pretty good odds that it'll be update like 36.1 or 2 or something like that. And that would be the domains. Ah. Don't kill a golem. Can't we bring him over to that section of wall? Or am I mistaken? Or was that now? Ooh, there's Brun. Okay. Yeah, it is. It's over here, isn't it? I could have sworn we had a thing over here. Is this it? Maybe that's not the right wall.
It's a different golem, I think.
A different golem? Could be. Could have sworn.
I've only run this once.
I guess maybe I'm wrong. Could have sworn that. Oh, not the right golem? Alright, not the right golem. Someone chat's telling me, so go ahead and kill him. Oh yeah, there we go. Yep. Ah, Hipperin. I forgot to mention a few months ago I met Cindy Robinson at a convention, and she signed the Kobold page of the Monster Manual. How cool! What convention was that? She did do the Kobold voice for you? Oh, that's awesome. How cool. How cool. Just back where that golem was, okay. Well, okay. Let me help the group rather than hit the chest. I know, I know.
With a resounding crash, the mining golem destroys the wall of stone.
Someone saying there's a chest back here? Oh, where the named guy was. Okay. Yeah, I gotcha. Anime St. Louis. Very cool. Very cool. I'm going to be at Gen Con. That'll be August 17th to 20th. I will not be doing anything totally official. I'll be the guy who looks like a D&D gamer at the convention. And mostly hanging out with friends, other DDO peeps. I will be attending the Friday night gathering for buffs. I'm going to be bringing a whole bunch of swag with me, as much as I can carry in the car that day. And carry into the hotel, bar. I will be hanging around too. Gen Con, I'm doing a lot of the kind of writers panel, movie panel stuff. Doing the mini paint things. I'm into mini painting. So I actually have quite a bit of stuff I'm going to be doing here. This Gen Con. I've got a full schedule. It sounds like Gen Con's going to be hopping this year too. I was reading that all the 4-day badges are already sold out, and 3 days are pretty close to sold out. Or not 3 days, but Saturday is close to sold out. That's in Indianapolis, August 17th and 20th. I know there's usually a whole bunch of DDO peeps that go, like CDBD, Lessa, Clankenbeard, Samus, a whole bunch of folks. Tabril, I know, is there, usually. Bunch of cool peeps. So if you're going to Gen Con, keep an eye on the DDO forums. There is a thread in the events about the Friday night gathering for buffs. It's, like I say, it's at the... Almost every year, it's at the Omni Severin Hotel, usually Friday around dinner time after the exhibit hall closes. People get together and just kind of hang out, talk DDO, and what have you. And this year I get to go, so that's nice. Is there still a D&D movie in development? We were never involved in that. I mean, that was really a WB thing, WB movie side thing. You know, that really was nothing we were ever involved in. But I have not heard that it's not happening. But we were never on top of that to begin with. That's a whole different group of peeps. Go, go, Gollum! Thanks, Hephaestus. Appreciate that. Also, yeah, the DM on this pack did very well on Desire in the Dark. There's a lot of DM talk? Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes. Any chance we will see spell component bags? I don't know. Probably not on spell component bags unless people are okay with them not being able to be used until they drag the spell components out of the bag. But if they are okay with that, then maybe. I think it's a little more likely we'll see scroll cases. Just because that makes a little more sense that you have to pull it out of your bag in order to use it. But even then, that's, you know, we'll see. I'm down for it. If I can convince someone to do it, it'll happen. We shall see. I know Gen Con is at the Indiana Convention Center. Basically the big convention center right by where the Colts play their footballs. But the Friday night gathering for buffs, for pretty much every year for at least the past 5 or so years, has been at the Omni Severin Hotel Bar. Usually because it's not too crowded. You know, Friday night tends to be kind of a madhouse around Gen Con. So everyone's going out to eat and drink and party and all that sort of thing. But the Omni Severin has tended to be a fairly quiet, chill place to hang. So it kind of has become the default gathering for the Friday night gathering for buffs. And I expect that to be the case this year as well. If that were to change, it'll be announced on Twitter. I remember one year we had to change it because there was some kind of biker convention going on, and they had the bar for some private event, and you know, you don't want to tell a bunch of bikers no. But I'm sorry, you all need to leave. We want to talk DDO. So we did change one year. But that's the plan. And yes, we call it the Omni Severlin. It is the Severlin bar, even if it's technically misspelled. Nah, ban VP, that's not true at all. We've had hundreds of viewers on DDO stream. Usually for these Friday casual things, you know, the numbers aren't super high, but whatever. It's just hanging out and having fun. This is the chill stream, so to speak. You know what I mean? Yeah. Maybe the bikers want to talk DDO. There's probably a few. I'm sure there are DDO bikers. I'm sure. But they weren't at that bar, I can tell you that much. Crystal Cove? I don't know about Crystal Cove. I still need to find out about that. I could say, though, I think we're getting pretty close on a new Mimic hunt, so that's awesome. Hopefully that'll be happening moderately soon.
Yet what led the dwarf to embrace such a mad scheme?
Come on. No. Oh, someone's got a Grazit's Habilment. I see a Habilment in there. Oh, and I see an Arc Welder. There you go. That's cool. Is the big dig finally done in Boston? Funny you mention that. They are, yes, is the answer, kind of. But man, they are just getting ready to announce this nightmare of a road construction thing. They're shutting down some huge bridge that basically is going to gridlock the main arterial routes all throughout Boston for like 4 months. They're saying it's going to be at least a 40-minute delay. But their 40 minutes is more like 2 hours. So it's going to be a freaking nightmare is what it's going to be. Yeah. Yeah, that flavor text is really great. I agree. Alright, well we've hit 1 o'clock, so I should probably wrap things up here. Alright, thank you very much for watching Friday afternoon here on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Hope you have a great DDO weekend, plus 10 Treasure Hunters boost. Hope you enjoy Update 36. Thank you very much for being on a part of the DDO community. I will see you again next week, Wednesday, on Galanda for the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream. And just so you know, we do have streams happening all week long. You can find that full schedule over on the Twitch page. Have fun. Have a great DDO weekend.
The realms above learn about the jewels of Ardor. Many more will come. This is your chance, so make your claim now.